अस्सलाम वालेकुम नाज़रीन, आप देख रहे हैं पुरानी पर्सनैलिटी रिलीज। मैं हूं आपकी मेज़बान अक्षय मलिक। नाज़रीन, जैसा कि हम इस महीने अगस्त के महीने में पाकिस्तान की 70वीं सालगिरह मना रहे हैं। पाकिस्तान की उम्र बहुत थोड़ी सी है, लेकिन पाकिस्तान ने माशाल्लाह से दुनिया के नक्शे पे अपने आप को मनवाया है और बहुत सारे ममालिक के साथ हमेशा से अच्छे और दोस्ताना ताल्लुकात रखे हैं। जैसा कि तुर्की हमारा बराबर इस्लामी मुल्क है, तुर्की के साथ हमारे मिसाली ताल्लुकात हैं जो कि तजारती, सकाफती और सकाफती हैं। इसके अलावा तुर्की ने हमेशा पाकिस्तान का हर मुश्किल वक्त में साथ दिया और पाकिस्तान ने भी तुर्की का हमेशा मुश्किल वक्त में साथ दिया। पाकिस्तान में तुर्की की एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है टिका जो इस पर काम कर रही है, टर्किश कॉर्पोरेशन एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन एजेंसी। इसकी कंट्री हेड से आज हमारी जो निशिस्त है और उनका इंटरव्यू हम करेंगे, मिस्टर महमद एमरे अक्तूना। इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने पाकिस्तान में एजुकेशन के हवाले से, हेल्थ के हवाले से और जब भी कोई ऐसी नागानी आफत आई जैसे कि सैलाब आया, अर्थक्वेक आया, उसमें पाकिस्तान की बहुत मदद की। अस्सलाम वालेकुम। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई से यू वेलकम। Thank you so much for being with us in our program. What is TICA and when it established?
TICA, Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency, is the official development aid agency of Turkey. We are working directly under the Prime Ministry, and it has been established in 1992. In Pakistan, we have opened our office in 2010, just after the flood disasters, and we are working for 6 years. We have spent more than $50 million in Pakistan for the development.
What are your achievements up till now?
As we are the governmental agency, we are working directly with the request of governments. As the district and provincial governments, we are working mostly on education, health sector, vocational training sector, women empowerment, and the things like that.
What do you see the role of Turkish companies in CPEC project?
CPEC is an important occasion in Pakistan and for China, and also for the One Belt One Corridor. It's really important for Turkey. Unfortunately, our Turkish companies is not so much involved in CPEC, but we have to improve this by helping them, inviting them into Pakistan and working for CPEC.
How should we design educational and cultural projects in future at the highest level?
Education is a problem in Pakistan. We were at the same situation in Turkey, but we have some revolutions after the 2002. Education should be in quality, not in quantity. So we should establish more better schools in quality. Less in number, but the quality should be improved.
What type of projects regarding education you have started here?
For example, in Basira, we have a school established by TICA in 2014 for the 600 girls schools. Now it's operating more than 1,000 girls with the hostels. It's the biggest school in that area, in Punjab area. Also, we are planning to construct 2 new schools in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, 2 new schools in Balochistan, and 2 new schools in Sindh.
Is there any plan to bring technology transfer?
We are working on it, actually, with the NAUTEC, National Authority for Training and Vocational Skills. We are working on this issue, and inshallah, a delegation from NAUTEC will visit Turkey to see the situation, physical conditions, and also for the curriculums. What we are doing there, and inshallah, we will try to apply these things as the transfer the technology. Inshallah, we will achieve that.
How can we merge business and cultural ventures together?
For example, as TICA, working in more than 150 countries, and we have more than 56 country offices, and we are working both in culture and both in business. For example, in Balkan countries like Bosnia-Herzegovina, Albania, or Macedonia, we are just restoring the cultural heritage, like the masjids or hammams from the Ottoman Empire's time. So, mostly we are working with the private companies about the construction, about the other sectors as well as health and education, so we could merge these things into a successful project, inshallah.
Is there any plan to have joint university?
We are working on it with the Punjab government and Higher Education Council. There is a project called Lahore Knowledge Park in Lahore with the Punjab government and with the Higher Educational Council. It's a huge project involving more than 10 countries, and Turkey is one of them. We are planning to involve all the stakeholders in these projects to establish a university, inshallah, in Lahore.
Okay, in Lahore.
In Lahore.
When you want to start a project, how you select an area, remote area, urban area, rural area? How do you select?
We are not differentiating it as the other organizations. Turkey and Pakistan is like the organs of a body. We don't separate any organ from anyone. And as all the provinces, all the districts are like Turkish territories also, we are just going anywhere if any need is required there. So we are also in Chitral, we are also in Gilgit-Baltistan, in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, also in Sindh Tarparkar, in Balochistan, in Quetta, also in Islamabad. We are trying to work and we are trying to implement projects.
What things you have observed in Pakistan and Turkey same?
When you go to Turkey, you will see the respect from Turkish people, and they will for sure invite you for dinner or lunch, or when you visit a coffee shop, they will just buy you a coffee or tea, or when you visit a souvenir shop, for example, they will just give a little, even it's little, but they will give a gift for you because of you are Pakistani. And it's the same thing in Pakistan also. When I go to a village, even remote places in village, when they see, they hear I'm from Turkey, they just hug me and they invited to breakfast, they invited me to lunch or dinner. They are trying to give whatever they have. I think the hospitality is the most common thing in Pakistan and Turkey.
What do you like the most in Pakistan?
Food, for sure. The food is so colorful.
Turkish people don't like spicy food, I think.
In fact, it's so diverse in cuisine in Pakistan. Starting from north to south, it changes a lot. And in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa part, they have the salty part of kebabs, for example. In Punjabi area, they have the spicy food, and in also Sindh they have the biryani, karahi, other things. So you can choose whatever you want. If you like spicy, and I like spicy food, so I select the food. And if I don't want to select, I will just go for shamari, for example.
People-to-people contact is very important. How we can improve and promote the people-to-people contact? What do you suggest?
Pakistan is not a near country, not a neighbor of Turkey. But we are just feelings from the heart. So besides any, the distance, it should be better that we need to improve our tourism cooperation, and we need to invite more people from Turkey to Pakistan, and we need to send more people from Pakistan to Turkey so that we can just exchange the cultures, exchange the habits, so we can meet each other again and we can know better of ourselves.
What we can do to promote the knowledge economy, to boost the knowledge economy?
We need to work hard. For the most of the time, we love each other as the countries, as the people, but we didn't do anything for improving this or for making it real, for making it concrete. So we need to make some cultural exchange programs. We need to have some projects improving the tourism and other sectors. So we need to know each other. So we can just make it concrete, our feelings concrete and solid.
As we discussed, education system is very, you can say, very important in every country, for every nation. Your education system is very good. What do you suggest for improving the Pakistan education system?
In Pakistan, population is a problem sometimes. You need to serve a quality education with a large number of students. So you need to first improve the physical conditions. Because when I'm traveling all around Pakistan, I'm seeing some schools without washrooms, without minimum requirements. So first of all, we need to start with the physical improvements, like the construction of washrooms, construction of computer labs, in which TICA is doing projects in also Siyarkot, in other cities. We need to make solid projects that improving the quality of education systems, not the qualitatively.
Can you tell us about TICA? What are the main objectives of TICA?
TICA's main priorities are changing from country to country.
Okay.
So, as the government of Pakistan just requests us to work on some prior sectors, we have selected them as education, health, and vocational training.
Okay.
Also, we are doing, besides that, we are doing agricultural projects. For example, we have a cooperation with Faisalabad Agriculture University, and we have supplied 60 women with 600 goats, and they are now standing on their feet. Also, we have completed a hospital in Muzaffargarh, Recep Tayyip Erdogan Hospital, which is the state-of-art hospital. And we are trying to help the local persons about the health. And also in Basira, as I mentioned before, there is a school, state-of-art, very modern school, which is free of cost running, and a very successful education it's implying. So, like that also, we have just completed a project in Lahore with the Punjab Tehta about a garment center, which is able to produce more than 2,000 denims per day. So it's a big project also. So we are just trying on improving the things in education, health, vocational training, and agriculture mostly.
How many offices do you have in all over the world?
In 2002, there were only 12 country offices all around the world. But now, as 2017, we have 56 offices, country offices in 54 countries.
MashaAllah. All are in Muslim countries?
No, not necessarily, but most are just because the aim of the establishment of TICA is the cooperation between the Turkic countries or the Muslim countries also, as the Turkish descendants. So we are mostly started from them, but nowadays we are just working in Eastern Europe countries, like Moldova and Ukraine also, in Hungary. We are working in more than different countries, also in Africa. They don't need to be Muslim. We are there as they need our help.
Okay. How many projects have you completed in Pakistan?
For the last 7 years, we have completed more than 150 countries.
MashaAllah. What type of projects can you tell us in detail?
In the education sector, we have just constructed the school, Emin Erdogan in Basira, Emin Erdogan School in Basira. Also, we have given equipment to the schools in different provinces. In health sector, we have just supplied it in Haydar Patunga Haydar Teaching Hospital, and in Suwabi, we have given the incubators. Also in Okara, we have completed the neonatal operation center. Also, for the agricultural things, in Faisalabad, we have completed our projects. It's mostly health education. Also, we are helping the handicapped people. We are doing water and sanitation, hygiene things. We are also working in most of the different sectors.
Did you face any difficulties when you started here your projects?
At first, yes. I want to be honest about that. At first, yes. Because the legislations are different, the behavior of the people, the manners are different. But after some time, when you get used to the people's manners, I can say it's easier than most of the countries, I think. Now we are working in good cooperation with the provincial governments. So I can say there's no problem about any project for the implementation.
What are your future projects in Pakistan?
Lastly, we have finished our long road trip, and we have seen most of the provinces. So as today we have decided to make some water hygiene and water RO plants and other water wells projects we will start in Sindh and Balochistan areas. Also, we are trying to make some cooperation with new projects about the agriculture, like the Sahiwal cows. We will just give some Sahiwal cows to the women so that we empower them and they will just stand on their feet also. Also, we are working on Haiba Patunkwa. We are trying to construct 2 new schools.
How we can promote culture between 2 nations, between 2 countries?
That's a good question. It has some branches, like, for example, we need to exchange more programs within the media. You know, the Turkish dramas are really famous in Pakistan. It's a really good way of exchanging cultures. So we need to exchange programs from Pakistan media to Turkey and from Turkey media to Pakistan, first of all, because visuals are important.
Yeah.
Also, the second way is to improve the tourism, as I said before. Pakistan is a great country about, the climate is good. When you go to Gilgit-Baltistan, you will see the mountains, the green, the blue everywhere. Also the cultural heritage in some Bahawalpur or Punjab. You know the Badshahi Mosque. You will see the Bahawalpur. I mean, it's really Turkish people need to see that places. So we have a common heritage here. So we need to improve our ties with media and tourism.
Language is big barrier because you added English language in your syllabus book. What will you suggest more things for learning each other language?
Actually, nowadays, Turkish government has started the remote education system about learning the Turkish language. So as Pakistani friends are asking always, they need to visit the website about the Turkish language Institute is serving, so they can have an opportunity to start to learn Turkish language. It's not so difficult to learn Urdu or Turkish because we have so many common words, as we all know. But we need to just spend some efforts about it, so we need to work on it. As, for example, Pakistani Ministry of Education should start also for the exchange of Turkish lessons here in public schools.
Do you want to give any message to Pakistani people?
There's a saying from Muhammad Ali Jinnah, failure is an unknown word to me. It's really important for me. We need to work hard to improve the ties between Pakistan and Turkey. So, inshallah, we will work hard and failure will be an unknown word for all of us.
Thank you so much,
Mr.
Malik, and you gave us your precious time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you.
जी नाज़रीन, आप देख रहे हैं प्रोग्राम पर्सनैलिटी रिव्यूज। आज हमारी मेहमान शख्सियत है मिस्टर महमद एमरे, जो कि कंट्री हेड एंटिका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के। पाकिस्तान में तुर्की की ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बहुत अच्छे से काम कर रही है, हेल्थ के शोबे में भी, एजुकेशन के शोबे में और कल्चर के हवाले से भी। वो ही दुनिया में कौमें जिंदा रहती हैं जो सकाफत से जुड़ी रहती हैं, जो अपने कल्चर से जुड़ी रहती हैं, अपनी जड़ों से जुड़ी रहती हैं, क्योंकि दुनिया में आपकी पहचान ही आपके कल्चर से होती है। और हमें चाहिए कि हम अपनी जड़ों को और मजबूत करें, अपने कल्चर को और ज़्यादा, क्योंकि हम जितना भी मगरब को अपने ऊपर तारी करेंगे उतना ही अपनी जो हमारी कौमी शनाख्त है वो खो जाएगी। अल्लामा इकबाल ने क्या खूबसूरत शेर कहा था कि फ़र्ज कायम रखते मिल्लत से है, तन्हा कुछ नहीं। फ़र्ज कायम रखते मिल्लत से है, तन्हा कुछ नहीं। मौज है दरिया में, बैरूने दरिया कुछ नहीं। ये था हमारा आज का प्रोग्राम पर्सनैलिटी वीक। अब शाम को इजाज़त दीजिए, फिर मिलेंगे। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।